Well, Jay, practice day today, obviously looking to kind of flush that one from last night.
Yeah, I thought it was a good day for us today. We had some good meetings and a really good practice. I thought there was good pace and good energy. Allowed us to work on things that we saw last night and also get better and prepare for a really good team in Nashville.
I know it's a really small thing, but I know small things matter. Just kind of the atmosphere around the group, dressing here, taking a bus, taking a lot of guys back to junior. Seemed like a pretty good atmosphere today.
Yeah, I thought it brings it back to when you're a little kid and dressing and driving, so to speak. But I also really liked the fact that it was in a tight little arena today because I thought you could hear the enjoyment of the players because the acoustics were what they were, and we got what we needed today, and be ready for tomorrow night.
How would you evaluate your team's ability to kind of put things behind them? Because you guys have had some pretty bad losses in the past, but you guys have come out strong. How would you evaluate that whole process?
I think it's an understanding of never getting too high. And we've had some really good games too, but never getting too high. And if you don't win, not getting too low, just managing that kind of even keel. We've made a point of talking about the day's business and trying to take care of what's immediately in front of you. And that happens for when you win games and happens when you don't win games as well. You move on to the next challenge.
Does that happen sort of organically, or is that something that you step into the room today that you have to watch and make sure that it's headed in the right direction, and if it's not, give it a little nudge?
Well, I think our messaging to our players since Dave Manson and I came up from Bakersfield has been that, to keep our picture small, to worry about taking care of what's immediately before you, keeping your focus and attention on the next challenge. And sometimes it's, how are we getting better today? Sometimes it can happen in the video room. Sometimes it can happen through a practice like we had today. And other times you have to do it in game. You got to take a step in game. So for us, it's about just managing that mindset. And our messaging has been quite clear since Dave and I came up from Bakersfield.
Jess Pugliarvi.
Yeah.
He's in position to score a lot of goals. He's getting lots of chances, and none of them are going in.
Yeah.
How do you coach your way out of that, or do you stay out of it almost?
Well, I think you when it comes to offensive production, you worry when people aren't getting the chances, when they're nowhere near an opportunity to finish. With Yessi, I think he does a lot of good complementary things for other people, so he does good things. I think, especially for young players, it's important to not just measure their game in their scoring statistics, so to speak. When it's not going in for you, you need things to hang your hat on. And sometimes that's a finished check, sometimes that's a play on the wall, sometimes that's being good defensively. Now, that said, you still want to instill confidence and some killer instinct around the scoring areas. I like that he's finding himself in those positions, and I think he keeps working at it. He'll finish eventually here.
There's pressure when you play on the first line with
Yeah.
Connor McDavid, right?
Yeah.
There's you can say what you want.
Yeah.
I'm sure that the guy wearing those skates is saying, "Man, I'm playing with Connor McDavid, and they're not going in," right?
Yeah. Well, and you know what? I would say that most players on our team and in the National Hockey League, nobody puts more pressure on them than themselves. I think when you look at our team, we've only scored one goal in the last two games, each game. We can be better in that area, and there's things that we have to do in order to be better. Now, that said, in the last few months here, we've been scoring at a pretty good rate as well. And Yessi, through his contributions, is a big part of the reason why our offense is where it's at. Good, thanks.